Innovation and sustainability are huge, great aspirations, but the big challenge is you can't change unsustainable models of production and consumption without knowing how the system works. And you can't innovate without knowing the root cause of the problem it is that you're trying to solve. For example, you could be spending a lot of energy tackling something which turns out to be a symptom, not the root cause. So Zeroth Labs supports these two principles, innovation and sustainability in cities, first by bringing systems thinking and analysis to people like mayors, policy decision makers who want to cut through the complexity and get clarity on the problem that they are trying to tackle. In systems thinking, it's understanding that there are many different moving parts in a system, and the problem with the way that we like to analyze problems is we like to break them down, and that's fine. But a lot of issues that we find harder to understand is when the system produces something called emergent properties that are not necessarily explainable by breaking down the parts of the system. And secondly, by bringing a form of agile prototyping of new public services that reveals what works and what doesn't before you go and spend like $10 billion on it. You can actually set up a space to illustrate like how a person would experience different touch points in the system, and it's more than just explaining, because if I explain something to you, I'm using words and you might hear the words and imagine something else than what is actually in my head. But by putting something out there that you can interact with, it's objective in that this is what the thing would be, this is the experience that you would have. That's a form of prototyping that can help weed out a lot of assumptions about what works and what doesn't. My vision for a city of tomorrow would be sapiens-centered. And what do I mean by this? For one, yes, of course, something based on human-centered design principles, where you're trying to serve the human needs of the citizens who live in there, the residents who live in there. It's an aspiration for a society where technology serves the needs of people and not takes away our agency and takes away our free will. But that's kind of up to us to set the rules for how that will go.